The Sox are back home after a 6-1 road trip, a sweep of the Dodgers, and a busy trade deadline. They'll face the first-place Chicago White Sox in the first of 3 tonight. With some brand-new faces, all-star catcher Adley Rutschman is in the house. He's happy to be playing for the Red Sox now.
Yeah, I mean, playing against them, this team's been extremely hot, and I've been doing a lot of stuff the right way. So excited to fit in where I can and just try and help the team as much as possible.
Adley on the IL right now when healthy, an elite catcher, one of the very best in the game. Dave O'Brien alongside Lou Merlone and Jemiah Webster. Let's dig in on the trade deadline. Really busy for Craig Breslow and the front office.
Yeah, Adley Rutschman, you bring in a 3-time All-Star, and as you pointed out, within the division, so he's somewhat familiar with your pitching staff, which is tough to bring a guy in mid-season. You won't have him here for a little bit. There will be a rehab, but in the meantime, he can get with the pitchers, get with Connor Wong, Andrew Bailey, and go over some pitches, get to know these guys, have those conversations. You have a catcher now that's going to be hitting 5th for you in the lineup instead of, say, 9th, which is what we've seen. He is a great addition. Jake Rogers, as we said, Adley's not going to be ready, so that's where Jake Rogers comes into play, a very good backup to Connor Wong. Eli White, an elite defender out there, plays all 3 outfield positions, great athlete, adds some speed, plus arm. He's a guy that can give Ceddanne and Abreu some days off here down the stretch to keep those guys fresh. And Eric Miller, just a wipeout lefty out in the bullpen. Now, there's some struggles throwing strikes. The walk rates are up, but they fixed Tyron Guerrero. They fixed Aroldis Chapman. Eric Miller has got some filth. It is fastball, slider, put away, swing and miss. Another great arm for this pen. Add these guys up, keep the train rolling.
DirecTV, new era. Well, nobody had a better time in La La Land than Ceddanne Rafaela, belting 4 home runs over the 3-game sweep. His performance just won him the American League Player of the Week. He's back home riding high. So are the Red Sox, taking on the Chicago White Sox in Game 1. On the way next.
Tiene poder, cuidado con Rafaela, hacia el lado izquierdo, la va a buscar distancia, no la busquen, que está del otro lado. ¡Hurra! Para Ceddanne Rafaela, su cuadrangular número 15 de la temporada.
Junior Pepin's outstanding call of Ceddanne Rafaela's 4th home run in the last 3 games. Junior's a native of the Dominican Republic. He's been the voice of the Red Sox on Spanish language broadcasts since 2019. And tonight, the Red Sox will celebrate and recognize the impact of Dominican Americans on our culture. For more on the star of Junior's call, we toss it down to Jemiah.
Thank you very much, Dave. There wasn't a hitter on planet Earth hotter than Ceddanne Rafaela this week en route to his first career American League Player of the Week honors, where he hit .419 and he had 5 homers. But despite the display of power that he's shown, it's his ability to just hit this season. He certainly reached another level, and that's what interim manager Chad Tracy said about the hitman, Rafaela.
It's been amazing to watch, especially from somebody that managed in the minors when, like I watched him do amazing things in the minor leagues while swinging at all sorts of pitches, and to watch that part for me, like watching him now compared to then and watching him lay off and take pitches that he used to swing at, watching him get to 2 strikes and use the offside of the field and just line a ball into right center, and just how much he has developed as a hitter from when I first saw him in 23 to where he's at now. Really proud of him, and he just keeps going, and he looks the same every day. He has a bad game here every now and then, and then he comes back the next day and jumps right back on the horse. So I couldn't be happier for him for that honor, but also just broadly, like what he's done and the offensive player he's turned himself into. It's pretty cool to watch.
Ceddanne now looking to homer in 4 straight games for the first time in his career would be a great way to punctuate what he's already done. The White Sox going with Davis Martin up against the good guy, lefty Patrick Sandoval. The break's over in a race to 51 games remaining. Obi and Loomer on the call next.
I talked about it earlier in the season.
Red Sox baseball on NESN brought to you by Audi. Visit your New England area Audi dealer today. WB Mason, get free next day business delivery from your local hometown team. Aura, wish you could delete yourself from the internet? Try Aura today. Sullivan Tire, official tire and auto service of the Red Sox, and by Toyota, recognized as the longest lasting brand. Red Sox new left-hander, the relief pitcher Eric Miller, heading to the bullpen for the first time He could play for the Patriots. 6'5", about 270 pounds. If you look at the White Sox lineup presented by Xfinity, Chase Meidroth will lead things off. Munetaka Murakami has hit 24 home runs. They have 3 different guys in this lineup who have hit 24 home runs or more.
Red Sox starting pitchers presented by Toyota. It's the 29-year-old lefty Patrick Sandoval making his 5th start of the year. 0-0 record, although the Red Sox have won all 4 of them so far. 3.32 ERA. As for his arsenal, he leads with that slider. It's a good one. Gets a ton of swing and miss. Fastball around 94. The changeup may be his best pitch. He throws a sinker, curveball, and sweeper just to keep you honest. Defensively, for the Red Sox, presented by CarShield, Caleb Durbin will be at third base with Monasterio and Sogard up the middle, Contreras at first. The outfield left to right will be Duran, Rafael, and Abreu with Connor Wong doing the catching.
Umpires tonight presented by M&T Bank. Brennan Miller behind home plate. Mark Ballou at first. Conroy at second. Tom Payne at third. Where available, the telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your TV remote. SAP brought to you by Toyota Certified Used Vehicles. Beautiful night. On the warm side, 85 and clear. And great to have you with us tonight. Red Sox back home. Be taking on Chicago and the A's, and we are underway in a big swing and a miss by the former Red Sox prospect, Chase Meidroth.
Well, Sandoval, like we said, missed 5th start. Been kind of creeping up there with that pitch count. Got to 92. It's been going on pretty much 10 pitches every outing. That's just to get to the point where he is now. Now he'll kind of live probably right around there with the off day yesterday and a fresh bullpen. I thought he threw the ball real well his last time out. Just got burned by a couple of solo home runs, 5 innings rather, just 2 runs.
0-2. Got him. Great changeup, 3 pitches, and he puts away Meidroth, 1 down.
Well, changeup's his pitch. Opponent's hitting 130 off of it. 36% swing and miss, and you can see why. It always has been his whole career. Get to the point where we can set this up, execute, puts him away.
Murakami, 244 with 24 home runs. He's had a big year playing first base. And he will take the first one for a ball.
Didn't see Murakami the first time through. Remember that sweep out in Chicago was kind of the eye-opener, right? You'd swept the Angels in this road trip going into the break. His team was pretty much unbeatable at that time at home, and you swept them. But he wasn't in this lineup.
That's right. The White Sox had not lost a series at home at that time since April 26th, till the Red Sox came in and took all 3 in Chicago. Red Sox pitching really dominated, really shut down their offense. It's been a very good offense for the White Sox. A major reason they're in first. 95 on the gun there, 1-2.
He mentioned a 10 consecutive home series they had won. They were riding a 24-6 stretch at home. And you went 3-0 and you outscored them 15-2.
1-2 from Sandoval. And drops that one beautifully on the outside edge to strike out Murakami. Back-to-back Ks.
There's that slider, boy. Look at, did it freeze him or what? Look, he got him standing straight up. Little jelly leg. Good pitch by Patrick.
Third baseman Vargas at 237. He's also hit 24 home runs. Red Sox pitching staff held Chicago to 2 runs over 3 games in that sweep. And the lefty home with a 1-0 pitch.
And what they did to this guy was really a big part of it. 3 games, he was 0 for 11. It's a big threat to All-Star. A quiet series that time.
And a 1-1 from the lefty. Well, the White Sox coming in at 59 and 52. They're in first place in their division. They have a 3-game lead over Cleveland. They've not been a great road team. 25 and 31 away from Chicago. Here's a challenge.
That's called a strike, and the batter is challenging.
And ABS powered by T-Mobile.
Pretty good. Is it just down? Yeah, it's a strike.
That call is confirmed. It is a strike. Chicago has 1 challenge remaining.
Oh, some of these. Just barely.
Oh,
you take it.
Barely indeed.
Nah, the game does change now a little bit, right? They only have one left.
Yeah, 2-2 in the first inning.
Yeah.
Full count.
We've seen it throughout the game, throughout the season. Also, now you go in the bottom of the half, and there's a questionable strike. I mean, Bart doesn't want to challenge again because he realizes he's only got one left. It's early. It does affect the game.
Payout pitch to Vargas. And he's going to miss there for ball 4. So they have their first base runner. Remember, the White Sox last year were a horrible baseball team.
Yeah.
If they win tonight, they equal the number of wins they had all of last year.
With what, 60 to go?
Yeah. I mean,
pretty good turnaround.
Well, Venable, the skipper, they've done an amazing job. Early in the season, they were getting the kind of press the Red Sox are getting right now and have for about 6 weeks as far as turning your season around. Randall Grichuk, he's one of their veteran guys, the left fielder, 259 with 9 home runs. Vargas can run. He has 11 stolen bases. On the count 2-0. White Sox were very active as well at the trade deadline. They made a bunch of moves. And a high fly to left center field. Moving on over, Cedar Rafaela, the American League Player of the Week, takes that. And the Red Sox are coming up.
Everyone's having fun.
Red Sox lineup tonight brought to you by Plymouth Rock. Sogard will lead things off, and then that man, Cedar Rafaela, on fire. 15 home runs. Swung the bat okay against Chicago, too. What a year he's having. Taking on the right-hander Davis Martin, who is 9-5 with a 3.62 ERA. He's their best guy.
Well, let's take a look at the White Sox starting pitcher presented by W.B. Mason. 29-year-old righty. Had a really good start to the season. Has been struggling here a little bit lately, but still really good numbers. See, 9-5, 3.62 ERA. As for his arsenal, the fastball is going to sit around 94, sinker around 93, but it's the changeup to lefties, the curveball to lefties, the slider to righties that really make him effective.
Sogard 240 without a home run. Will lift that one toward the alley. Doyle on the run back to the wall. That catches the green and kicks away into second base. Nick Sogard. Red Sox very quickly at it, coming back home with a leadoff double.
Yeah, Nick Sogard. This looked like the changeup I was saying. It's kind of an equalizer to lefties. Well, Nick saw that one pretty well and hit this ball, put a charge into it. Doyle, the newcomer, plus defender, just gets too close to it. Bad read off the wall. Sogard with the leadoff double.
Sends up Cedar at 289, 15 homers, 57 driven in. Showing bunt right away.
That's just the mentality of the team. AL Player of the Week. Went 7 for 14 with 4 homers versus the Dodgers. In his first at bat, he's looking to put a bunt down to help the squad.
Yep.
Play the game. But he's so hot, I'd like to see him swing it.
I am with you 100%. And the 0-1 almost gets him up and in, and did it. Yeah, it did. They're going to send him to first. He's been hit by the pitch. Crowd didn't like that very much. First and second right away in front of Wilyer Abreu.
That breaking ball. And everybody always boos when their guy gets hit, but a little breaking ball that Martin just loses.
Yeah,
now we'll see. Abreu.
I'm with the crowd too. I'm like, don't be hitting him.
No. That's a heater, different story.
Yeah. Wilyer at 248, 17 home runs. Go ahead solo home run in the third inning on Sunday against the Dodgers. Sox won, of course, 3 out of 4 in Sacramento. Didn't play their best baseball, but won the games anyway. But what was everybody thinking as the Red Sox went to Dodger Stadium against the team with the best record in baseball? All of those superstars, high fly to center. Doyle back there again near the wall. Room to make this play. Sogard will tag, and he will dive into third safely. So runners on the corners with 1 down. And the Red Sox go in there and sweep them and run the Dodgers off their feet.
Yeah, listen, I know the Dodgers 30 games over. Great team. I get it. Their first game, their bullpen was beat up. They went to Irvin. So wasn't yours. You went to Bale. Your long guy was better than theirs. You swung it better than they did. Game 2, you beat their best. I don't know what you say about that. Game 3, did they pull some starters out late? Yeah. Why? Because you beat them up.
Yes.
They wanted to rest them. It wasn't worth it. They couldn't beat you. Does it mean anything? Not really, but it adds to the confidence of this ball club. You just went to L.A. and swept them.
Wilson Contreras, 284, 23 homers, looking to get the Red Sox on the scoreboard right away here in the first inning.
And when I say does it mean anything, doesn't 2 months from now, whatever. But you'll have that in the back of your mind if by chance you happen to lucky enough to play him again. But great road trip, great answer to show the world, the country kind of really what this team was about.
I promise you, it caught the Dodgers' attention. We know that firsthand with the comments that Dave Roberts was making, Freddie Freeman, a lot of their key guys, about how the Red Sox were playing the game. Look at this, the last 10 against division leaders, perfect. So beating very good teams. Got another one in here tonight.
Yeah, but just like if you had lost 3 straight, you got to put it to bed. Show up here and go continue to play baseball the way you're playing. This, like the baseball, I think Tracy's done a great job of really kind of staying focused on the night and who they're playing. This team has as well. You certainly can't come back from that plane ride, another long one, and just feel like you've arrived and you're the best team in baseball because you beat the Dodgers. You wake up the next day, you put your work in, you do the same routine, and you come out here in situations like this, get a run, build a lead, and win a ball game.
That said, the Red Sox are 28-5 in the last 33 to not only move into a very comfortable wild card position with 51 to go, but they're also, as we showed you, only 5.5 out of first place. Big swing 1 and 2. The Red Sox were 15.5 games out in last place on June 24th.
A little different. Game and a loss calling behind the Yankees.
Set and a 1-2 to Contreras. Sadine trying to keep him close. 15 stolen bases.
Got to get Wilson going. The walks are still there. The on base is still there, but 3 for his last 21. 8 walks.
Fastball 93.
And just like everybody else, when they go a little south for a few games, there's been pitches to hit that he is fouling back. Right now you're looking for him to just drive the ball in the outfield. Even if he doesn't get all of it, just get this run home.
And get that first run in. They'll lift that one, but foul on a play.
And that's the pitch right there. Off speed in the zone, this guy usually annihilates. And that's a pitch out of third that Martin's kind of lucky he's not seeing it great right now because it shouldn't have come back.
First inning, he's done so much damage. 352 for the season in the first inning. And he'll go up the middle, and that's a base hit. He'll chase in a run. Sogard will score, and the Red Sox lead 1-0. Oh, he loves the first inning. His 68th run batted in.
Yeah, this breaking ball here down and actually off the plate. But as we know, because he is on it, he's able to still get to this pitch and get that run in. That important first run, right? Just try to carry some momentum. Sandoval did his job. Now you come right back and put a run on the board.
Red Sox 39-14 when they score the first run. And here's Masataka swinging a drive, and that'll drop down for a base hit. Montgomery had to snatch that on a big hop, and the bases are going to be loaded. Yoshida with a long single, and they're all filled up for Durbin.
Yeah, Massa just jumping on it. Cedon really had a hold because this ball, it's a backspin to it. And it almost got to Montgomery. It was hit so hard. So Cedon wasn't sure if he was going to get to this ball. And because of that, wasn't really unable to score and set it up here for Durbin.
Zach Bove, their pitching coach, for a consultation. Red Sox beat this guy up in Chicago. Beat him 5-0. To actually make it 5 straight wins during the course, the early stages of the historic winning streak. It was on July 8th. They got to him for 5 earned in only 4 innings. And here's Durbin with the bases jammed, and he'll take a ball.
Martin, his first 11 starts, Obi, he was 8-1 with a 2 ERA. Fortunately for him, his last 10, he's 1-4 with a 5.84. So it's fallen off a little bit. A lot compared to it.
Swinging a drive. That one sucked high and deep. It's going to go into the monster seats for a grand slam. How much fun are we having? 5-0 in the blink of an eye. Wow.
What more can you say? I mean, you sweep the Dodgers. Will there be, I don't know, a little lull? Chicago's playing good baseball. You just put a 5 spot on it. Grand Slam Durbin.
In no time at all.
Fun is right.
The Durbinator again. The Red Sox home run presented by your New England area Audi deal.
I mean, it's unbelievable. It just never ends. And I'm fine with it. No sinker inner half. And he just drives it out. You're hoping to get another run or 2 across in the first.
Check out Durbin's reaction. Oh, yeah.
Wow. Boys, the atmosphere changed at Fenway Park in the last 5-6 weeks, hasn't it?
Mercy.
You come to this, watch this team play. A lot different feel than maybe you had the first couple weeks.
The pitch was called the ball, and the catcher is challenging.
The first couple months.
Bart will challenge that one. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
The pitch is a strike. Chicago has 1 challenge remaining.
Duran, the hitter, right at 200 with 14 home runs and a big home run in L.A.
Wow.
Caleb Durbin with a grand slam. And there's the drive. Way back to right. That's gone as well. The Sox go back to back.
I've never seen anything like it. I never have. They just don't lose much.
Like
6-0.
Never. 6-zip. Well, 7 batters in the bottom of the first inning, and it's 6-0. And delirium at Fenway Park.
I mean, just the little breaking ball here. Instead of just a slider that didn't really do much. Right in the spot that Jaron loves. You know, we were talking in L.A. and they were talking a lot about like Jaron Duran and the frustration and inconsistency that he's had this year. And it's, you run him out there because of that home run he hit in L.A. because of this here. The potential. You just sit around and wait. You continue to win ball games and you just know, what, he hit 8 home runs in the month of May?
Mm-hmm.
Can he give me an August like that?
That's a fair ball. Vargas with a toss and not going to get him. And Monasterio just keeps on hitting. It is 5 consecutive Red Sox hits.
I mean, it's a race to the bat rack. Down the line, tough play by Vargas. Good job of keeping it from being a double, but Monasterio getting down the line. He's going to beat this thing out. He's sniffing it. I got to get there. 6-game hitting streak for him.
Connor Wong looking at a strike. 255, 2 home runs for Connor. The 9th man to hit here in the first inning. Still only 1 down. And the Red Sox leading 6-0. If you're one of the new guys, you're like, hey.
I was just going to say that. Put yourself in the mind of Adley Rutschman, Eli White, Jake Rogers,
Right.
Eric Miller. Oh, okay.
Oh, this is what you guys have been doing.
Do you guys do this all the time?
Little ground ball at Acuna to Meidroth in the turn and in time for the double play. But what a start tonight. And what a run it is. Red Sox 6 and Chicago nothing. We've played 1 inning.
Surfside, 2nd inning. Red Sox on top 6-0 after the Caleb Durbin grand slam. And the Red Sox did their job at the trade deadline, nabbing Adley Rutschman, an elite catcher, 3-time All-Star. Just to highlight a few of his accolades, many recognize the peculiar nature of adding a catcher to not just any pitching staff, but this Red Sox staff, one that since June 19th, guys, has led the majors with a 2.83 ERA, but Rutschman is different. We spoke to him in the clubhouse earlier today, Lou, and he said he's familiar with this group, having faced him in the division. He caught Chapman, obviously, in the All-Star game. He says he'll get with them on how they like to attack, what they like to do. And Chad Tracy says as he works his way back from that left wrist inflammation, which he has begun a hitting progression on, he'll be able to be a part of the game plan in the meetings, getting with Andrew Bailey and start talking through some of the things which will help him familiarize himself with this staff and get settled into a catching role, which he'll likely do a lot of the shouldering on.
Jermaine, thank you very much. Base hit here from Montgomery as Ceddanne Rafaela laid out trying to make a spectacular catch.
Well, the way things are going, you just expect him to make this.
You did.
Just short of it.
So I think it's well known by now that Red Sox again had some flight difficulties. Yeah. On the way back from L.A. Supposed to get in at like 5:30. It was more like 11:30 in the morning. I'm eager to know how Jemai.
Well, it's funny you should bring that up.
Got through it.
But we get on the plane within 30 minutes. He is sound asleep, sitting right next to me. We had 4.5, maybe 5-hour delay. He never got up. He got up around 6 in the morning. Asked if we had landed. What time is it? Where are we? I said, Jemai, we had a 4.5, 5-hour delay that you slept through. We're still 6 hours away. Or whatever, 3 hours away.
Oh, that's beautiful.
He looked at his watch and his phone. He said, look, and had him as great sleep. Like whatever he has, Jemai, yes. What is that thing? But you slept through the whole thing. You didn't even realize there was a delay.
I was looking at my Apple Watch. I was like, wait a second. We're still in the air. We should have landed by now. I had no idea.
No, you didn't.
That's a gift. Nice play here by Sandoval. That's going to wind up a double play. With the run of Montgomery taken off, he thought for sure would go by the mound. But Sandoval makes a beautiful athletic play and turns it into 2.
Montgomery thought this one obviously was going to get over his head when he took off. But Sandoval showed, look how far off the plate mound he got. Good athleticism, over the shoulder catch. Oh, just barely, too. Just get the ball over to first. Jemai got a good night's sleep. Not the rest of us, but that man got about 8 hours, maybe 9 hours of sleep on that flight.
That's what the watch said anyway.
Listen, it was not as restful as you would imagine.
That's a lie.
It was nice. It was better than nothing, I will say that. But I still woke up a little groggy. But I'm not gonna say that it wasn't good.
My. Well, the Red Sox have played incredible baseball, as they are again tonight, coming off some flight trouble. They are the show and go Sox after all. Here's Doyle, the center fielder, 214 with a home run. They got him from Colorado yesterday in a trade. 6-0 Boston. With the bases empty. And Sandoval trying to face only 3 batters in the inning, and looks like he will. And a fly ball to center. And that is all for Chicago. Just 10 pitches, 6-0, the Sox. Red Sox coming up to bat here in the bottom of the second inning with a 6-0 lead. Alex Spear, the Boston Globe, joining us. And will be with us to talk about the trade deadline acquisitions. And John Henry and Tom Werner all smiles after what they just saw in the first inning. Not to mention the last 6 weeks. Great to see you.
Back at you. Been a wild ride over these last 6 weeks.
Well, how about this? I mean, right out of the gate, 6 runs, a grand slam. The place is just going absolutely crazy. It's just been remarkable to see this.
In May, we went weeks, entire homestands without 6 runs. So it is a startling turn of events, and it's a team that's playing with a great deal of confidence in terms of the number of ways that they can attack opposing pitching staffs now.
I really like what the new guys brought to us in the first inning. But we've talked about this before. I'm in that clubhouse. This team already tried to get Curtis Mead. Unfortunate.
Little loop shot. That's going to drop into left center field, down for a base hit. Nick Sogard is already 2 for 2, a double in the first inning.
When I find out we had Adley Rutschman in this clubhouse, if I'm on this team, you bring a guy like Eric Miller, what he can do. The vibe has to be really, really good. Like they believe in us type feel. Yeah,
it's very clear that there's a lot that's been pushed into the table in terms of what the value of 2026 is. They think that this team has a chance to take a run, to make a run deep into October, and the front office behaved like it in a way that we haven't seen in a very long time. That the prospect package that they gave up was unlike any that I've seen since at least 2009 with the Victor Martinez deal, when they traded Justin Masterson as well as a couple of pitching prospects. And you can make a case that it was even bigger than that in terms of a mid-year deadline deal, maybe the biggest this century.
Sogard had taken off a pop-up into center field, and Doyle will make the play. Back to first base goes Sogard, and 1 man out. There's always going to be some hand-wringing when a lot of prospects go out the door for a guy like Adley Rutschman. But trust me, every Oriole fan feels today like they were kicked in the stomach by losing Adley Rutschman. That's how much he meant to that organization.
Well, remember what his arrival in the big leagues meant, right? He walked in the clubhouse, he walked onto the field, and immediately there was a sense that, okay, the Orioles rebuild is done, that they are now a team that's kind of pursuing, that's trying to win. They've moved into a new level. So the Red Sox hope, of course, is that Adley Rutschman walks in the door, and when he is off of the injured list, once he gets through the wrist irritation, inflammation, that he will have a similar effect, that he's going to help take a team that's playing at an extremely high level and better position them to be competing for the next level.
In the meantime, we don't know the timetable. Maybe you can add to that, but this is a good little downtime to kind of sit with Andrew Bailey, the pitching department, Connor Wong, the pitchers right now in the dugout, get to know them, where they want to go. He has some familiarity with them, though.
He does, because he's seen them a lot as an opposing hitter. And so the opportunity for him, if there is a good timing for an injury list placement, this is it. Because you get a chance to meet your new teammates, to have lengthy conversations with pitchers about, okay, situationally, what would you use here? 2 strikes, what are you thinking? This hitter, how do you want to set them up? That sort of thing. So it's a good time to establish the rapport that needs to exist between catcher and pitcher.
Swung on and looped out of play by Wilyer Bray. Runner at first, 1 down. Red Sox had 6-0 as we chat with Alex Spear. And, you know, doing it without that man throwing a single pitch is just incredible. You talk about Crochet.
When you talk about magic carpet rides in the middle of a season, you think that all things are firing, you know, everything has to be aligned perfectly. That has not been the case for this Red Sox team. No Crochet, no Anthony. They lost Connolly early in the middle of it. They lost Ranger Suarez in the middle of it, and yet they've kept persisting and indeed thriving. Trevor Story, you see there. It is remarkable how many shortstops they've gone through. It's remarkable how many injury list placements they've had. And now you've seen them take on this tone where they just keep clawing for comeback victories. It is a startling in-season turnaround.
Wilyer Bray will take ball 4 here, and you're absolutely right about that. Red Sox have come from behind 11 of their last 15 wins. Always seems to be somebody else. Another guy.
As opposed to earlier in the season when it seemed like no one. It's just a dramatic reversal.
So getting back to Adley, because we saw when they acquired a guy like Kyle Schwarber, he had to wait a couple of weeks. We saw the impact that he had. Have you heard anything on the timeline? Are we 2 weeks, 1 week? 3 weeks.
I've been told that the Orioles believed that he was within days of a rehab assignment.
Contreras with a high fly to a deep part of the ballpark, but Doyle is out there on the warning track. Sogard will tag, and so will Abreu. Abreu trying to move up, and he's going to be safe. Let's see if they challenge that play. Second and third, and 2 down.
He's aggressive on Abreu's part. If they want to take a look at this, they're going to want to.
Chicago's challenging the safe call at second base.
So I think that's what a lot of fans want to know. How soon before Adley's behind home plate for the Red Sox?
Yeah, again, he was going to meet with the Red Sox medical staff now that he's gotten here, but the sense from Orioles people was that he was within a couple of days of a rehab assignment, so he was pretty far along.
Yeah, he's going to be out. He challenged Doyle out there, 95th percentile in arm strength. That's why they got him, to get some defense out in center field.
Nice introduction for him to his new team.
Overturn, the runner is out. Chicago retains the challenge.
So that will retire the side. That is out number 3. Red Sox ahead 6-0. More with Alex when we come back. Top of the third inning. Run support for Sandoval on a beautiful night at Fenway Park. 6-0. Little Trickler gets by him. Durbin will flip. Close, and he got him. That one got by the pitcher, Sandoval. Let's see if they challenge this. They will not.
It's a great play by Durbin. You see the disappointment in Sandoval's face when he couldn't reach this ball. He right there, he thought it was a hit. Glove off. He turns around. Durbin just, I got you back. Beautiful play.
He's just shown such good body control at third base. You know, you think about that wrestling background and the way that he's able to kind of be very coordinated and at kind of strange angles, and I think you see that.
Acuna will take one outside for a ball. Let's get to some of the other guys in the trade deadline acquisitions. How about Eric Miller, who we saw walking out there looking like he should be in shoulder pads when he was heading out to the Red Sox bullpen. Big guy, 6'5", about 270.
What a precise listed weight of 269 in the media guide.
Yeah, I said about 269.
Yeah,
on a given day,
because 270 sounds a little heavy.
Yeah, a little bit.
Changes the dynamic of any bullpen clearing incidents. But yeah, the Red Sox wanted to add more swing and miss depth to that late innings group that has been so good. But it's been the fact that it's been so good kind of reminds you. Bullpens are always a little bit delicate. You never take for granted the idea of a relief group remaining perfectly healthy down the stretch. So if you have 5 late innings arms, especially adding in one more lefty in addition to Chapman, then you have something. Particularly, look, the group has been great, but their strikeout numbers haven't been huge. Miller's a huge strikeout guy.
Well, you know, and you could not use Whitlock one night, or Guerrero one night, and use him. It's a way to keep everybody fresh with another leverage guy.
Acuna with a base hit. As Abreu will cut it off and hold him to 1.
So when you look at him, it's elite. I mean, there's some swing and miss, wipeout sliders, chase, K rate, you name it. However, he is first percentile in walk rate.
Yeah.
Now, and I know a lot of people talking about, I've mentioned it before, what they've done with Guerrero and Chapman in the zone. That was done in spring training. Can something like that be worked on during the season, or is this stuff so good you're just going to deal with him walking a guy or two and punching everybody out?
Yeah, well, I think that you accept the idea that there can be walks because he can delete the rallies that he creates with a bunch of strikeouts. But yes, I think that the Red Sox do believe that there is command training that's possible, that you can improve pitcher's control. It's largely intent based. Some of it is practice and repetition. But even if he has a high walk rate, the strikeout rate is enough to be able to justify, in their eyes, what he's able to contribute to the late innings.
I mean, it's a bullpen before he throws a pitch that leads the majors in ERA and has had an incredible run here, way better than that, with like a 1 over the last 4 or 5 weeks. And of course, Aroldis Chapman just won another reliever of the month. Second time he's won that as a member of the Red Sox.
But as good as he's been, doesn't it feel a little bit like the outings have been less sharp?
At times, yeah.
And so I do feel like the opportunity to give him that extra day off, to maybe slide someone else in to handling the occasional ninth inning duty, just to spread things out, because you know there have been a number of red days for the Red Sox in terms of availability in recent weeks because the winning streak means that you have all of your late innings guys appearing so often. And so this allows them to kind of redistribute the workload a little bit.
Ton of appearances from Whitlock and Chapman in July. I mean, ton. So if you can slow that down, great. Eli White, this was an interesting one. This was just depth. You know, like just, and then with the optioning Romy Gonzalez down, it kind of makes sense, right? Because now Jahmai Jones, Yoshida, platoon at the DH. Eli gives you the defense at a level that, say, Jones and Yoshida couldn't give you, and allows you, as we talked about it before, giving guys like Abreu and Cedon rest down the stretch.
Yeah, well put. And also he's stronger in terms of expected platoon performance than what you've gotten thus far from Romy Gonzalez. Obviously, the Red Sox moved Romy Gonzalez very quickly through his rehab process, coming back from that shoulder surgery, and the timing just didn't seem like it was there yet.
I think it's awful. I know Romy, obviously, nobody wants to get sent down. Trust me, I know about this. But he wasn't ready. He came up quick. I respect it because he wants to help this team out because they were struggling at the time, but he wasn't ready. You go down there and give him 30, 40 at-bats. You get him back to who he was last year, get comfortable. Give him back up here in September at some point, and he can bang. I mean, he can hit. He just needs more at-bats.
And the other thing is you are creating depth where you might not have had a lot of it in the organization before, right? You need those right-handed bats who are going to be able to handle critical platoon moments in the postseason, and you're not just trying to add to your roster, you're trying to protect your roster. So Eli White here, Romy Gonzalez down, that does so.
Runners on at first and second for Chicago with one down, and Murakami, who struck out looking his first time up. I sat there watching it, following it all through the day right up to the final hour. I thought Craig Breslow in the front office had an excellent day.
They certainly added to the roster that has been pushing towards, and they hope towards October, and they hope deeper into October. I think that there's no question that you would look at them now as an even greater threat in the American League than they already were, and they already were one because of this insane run that they've been on. I think again it reflected an ambition that, in terms of what they were doing with the deadline, a willingness to close deals at a very high cost that they hadn't been able to pull off in a number of years. Even the Schwarber edition in 2021, that was for the number 10 prospect in the system, right? And that was because his value was diminished wrongly, it turns out, by virtue of the fact that he was on the injured list. It had been a while since anyone with any Red Sox head of baseball operations had been quite this aggressive with their prospect inventory at the trade deadline.
2-0 pitch to Murakami, and he'll foul that one away. 2-1.
Yeah, Sandoval here needs to get back into it, right? You got a 6-run cushion. This is a team that really doesn't go away. You respect the White Sox. You got a dangerous hitter here and on deck. Got to get back to locating like he did really well the first couple innings.
Yeah, 14 pitches in the inning, only 5 strikes so far. And a 2-1 to the slugger. And in for a strike at 96.
So, Alex, it was also, if you believe the reports, you would thought that they would have gone out after a shortstop and a starting pitcher. They did neither. What have you heard on that front?
They were pursuing all of those areas of need, right? Shortstop, starting pitcher, reliever, as well as catcher.
Got him with a slider. He struck him out. And 2 gone.
And so it was a question in part about what was available, right? If you look at the shortstop market, guys didn't move. They had conversations about guys like C.J. Abrams. They had conversations with the Angels about Zach Neto. The ask ended up being very high, and those guys had so much control that those teams didn't really have to budge from them, right? It was kind of, this is what we want. If you're not interested, okay, no problem. We'll keep the guys. The Marlins decided that they didn't want to kind of flip over the apple cart with their controllable mainstays either. They were willing to move a guy like Liam Hicks, who's mostly a DH but would be valued by other teams as a catcher. They weren't willing to move Lopez. So the shortstop market didn't materialize.
Technically, you do have bodies. I mean, Andrew Monasterio has been fine. You know, he had 2 or 3 errors.
He's been a little more than fine. Yeah.
Defensively,
I'm with you.
Offensive, he's been outstanding.
Yep.
You do have bodies. You know, IKF, Story coming back.
Yep.
Does it say anything about Franklin Arias and the possibilities? Because they didn't want to give him up, maybe, or even the thought of him this year?
I think in certain moves for a shortstop, they would have considered moving Arias because they were getting a shortstop back. But I think they view him as, they would love to have him as their long-term shortstop answer. And he's in the mix. when you're in AAA in this organization, you're considered part of the big league depth equation. And so Arias is someone who has a chance to play himself into the picture in September, particularly depending on what happens with everyone else.
2 on and 2 out as we chat with Alex Spear of the Boston Globe. Red Sox off to a rousing start. 6-0. Got them in the first inning, including a grand slam by Durbin. And a 1-2. A check swing and a foul. Quick word about Marcelo Meyer.
Pretty startling to see him dealt, especially for a reliever. Granted, it's a reliever who has a lot of years of remaining control and who has elite swing and miss numbers. But it's a reminder that there are no givens. No matter how good a prospect looks, there are no givens about the path that his career is going to take and how his timetable to figure out who he is as a major league player will line up with the team's competitive ambitions. So I do think that Marcelo Meyer had been learning a lot on the job, and I think that I think there had been instances where he was still trying to figure out a lot of things about the major league level, still trying to figure out what it meant to slump in the big leagues and what it meant to work through a slump in the big leagues. And I think that maybe going to a new organization will allow him to take a deep breath and maybe show some of the elite talent that he's shown at every level of the minor leagues.
In there for strike 3. There's a tap of the helmet. Vargas is punched out by the home plate umpire Brennan Miller. ABS powered by T-Mobile, and that is a strike. And that will retire the side, and the White Sox are already out of challenges. We say goodbye to you, but we'll see you soon.
Look forward to it.
We take it to the bottom half of the third inning. Dave O'Brien, Lou Merlone, Jemai Webster from the Jerry Remy broadcast booth here at Fenway Park. And Masataka Yoshida with a base hit. And as part of that onslaught in the first inning when the Red Sox put up 6.
Say the Rem Dog is smiling down watching the last 6-7 weeks.
You betcha. Loving every second.
Really been all over Martin. A little base running, over aggressiveness from Abreu. Could have been first and third, 2 outs for Massa, but 5 hard hit balls here already. 7 hits.
Pop foul back toward the netting. Bart, the new catcher, can't get to that. 2-1. Check out tonight's home run odds presented by FanDuel.
Well, Davis hasn't really liked the AL East too much. He had 5 starts coming in. He's 1-3 with a 6.84 against the American League East. And that ERA is not going down today.
Now up over 4. As you mentioned, with that great start, first 11 starts, his ERA was 2. There's a lot of debate about why he was left off the All-Star team.
Yeah, I think there was some starts on Chicago people. A young starter. You start getting in your head. Okay, I got 2 or 3 more starts for the All-Star game, and if I can go out there and throw the ball real well, I could make the All-Star team. And you just start losing focus on the right things and start looking ahead too much. And he got roughed up going into the break.
Looper toward left, but the play will be made by Vargas, running that one down up against the barrier. Also tried to guide that one down the left field line. He is 1 for 2 tonight. Durbin next. Go back to his grand slam in the first.
Well, I mean, this is a 1-0 ball game, right? Bases loaded still, but we've seen ground ball double play, only get 1 out of this. Well, not lately, right? That was back in the day. Instead, it's a grand slam and you open it up 5-0.
You laughed all the way through that.
That was Duran's back-to-back. I couldn't believe it.
That one gets under Myron. That's going to get by the first baseman into right field for a single, and he is 2 for 2. He's off to a great start tonight.
Well, you get the grand slam in the first, you're up 5-0, and this is it. The guy that went bridge, the at-bat before, he just sort of shoots this thing the other way. And then Jarren Duran gets up there after that and hits another bomb. Now, that's 2 games in a row. Jarren Duran's gone deep. So maybe August can be a little more like month of May.
Well, here's Jarren again. Long home run in the first inning. Back-to-back after Durbin's shot. He'll ground that one to second. Meidroth will start it. Out there on to first. They had to be quick to get him, and a double play to retire the side. And a hand up for Tracy, and no challenge. That's the end of the inning. Red Sox with a couple of home runs already tonight. They've hit at least one home run in 8 consecutive games. Their longest such streak since August of last year. Randall Grichuk to lead things off here in the 4th inning. Red Sox 6, White Sox nothing.
See if they can get another multiple homer. What, 5 of 6? You said 12? I mean, so now we're going power, we're moving guys over.
Grichuk hits that one toward the alley. It's going to drop down and take a bounce up against the bullpen fence. And he will walk into second base with a stand-up double against Sandoval. And Colson Montgomery, one of the 2 Montgomerys in the lineup, will hit next. He's 1 for 1 with a single. Tomorrow night, Sonny Gray takes on the right-hander Sean Burke.
St. John Shrewsbury, local kid, throwing the ball well.
Yeah, 3.04 ERA.
Yeah.
Of course, Sonny's 2.93. So a good one there. And then on Thursday, Ranger Suarez against Luis Castillo, their new acquisition, their big one from Seattle. He'll make his White Sox debut. Going right at Cedon. He'll line this one up and make the catch. The runner will hold at second. And one away.
I mentioned this White Sox team, they're not going away. They're playing good baseball. They lost the first 2 to the Yankees, but then they took the last 2 against the Yankees, took 2 out of 3 from Tampa, so they've won 4 of the last 5. And in their last 4 games, they've only given up 1 run in each. You just put up 6 in the first.
Joey Bart, he was acquired yesterday from the Atlanta Braves. Doubled up his first at bat. So he is 0 for 1. What's the strangest thing about being traded to a brand new ballpark, a brand new team, brand new city?
I was traded to San Diego, and at the time we didn't really have this version of interleague. We didn't play everybody, and the Padres minor league system was never with the Red Sox minor league system. They were always on the West Coast, we were always on the East Coast. And I literally walked into a room and I didn't really know anybody. Or not even played against a lot of them, right? So there was a couple of guys that I might have known. So I think that's the biggest difference in today versus years ago, where now guys work out together more in the off season. I think that's where I kind of met a couple of guys because I knew I'd worked out with them, but now they all do. Now they all play against each other all the time. So that maybe helps be a little more familiar. But I don't care who you are. I don't care how good you are. When you join a new team, I think it's important to kind of realize, because I had to get through this, where you just have to relax and be yourself. There's a reason why they traded you, to fit a role. Because you instantly want to come up and show them that you're worthy. This is why you traded for me. I need to help you win right away. I certainly don't want to help you lose, right?
Cut on and missed. He puts him away with that change. 5 punch outs for Patrick. 2 down.
There's that changeup. It's filthy. So you got some new additions. Adley, veteran guy, but born and raised with the Orioles. So it's going to be a little bit different. Getting to know everybody.
In his case, as Doyle steps in, he's 0 for 1 with a fly to center. Adley is very much a vibe guy. We used to say in the old days, a lot of enthusiasm as he plays the game and takes control of the pitching staff. I think fans are really going to love him. Time to chow down a little bit there for Ranger. Do it when you can. The 0-1 will miss. 1 ball and 1 strike.
Ranger always looks really stressed out.
Yeah, he really does. Life really gets to him.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A lot of concerns there.
Made myself a sandwich. Kick back and relax. Fouled away. You're a kid. You said sandwich, right?
Sandwich. I still say sandwich.
So he will go on Thursday at 7:10. This is a 3-game series, and then the A's come in for the weekend. And a 1-2 on the way to Doyle. Yankees have a 1-0 lead in the first inning. I should say in the 5th inning against St. Louis. Tampa Bay will play later on tonight. They're at Colorado. Here's a 2-2. And a ground ball toward the hole. Sliding stab. Monasterio on a long throw. Won't get him. Runner down to third. They're on the corners. That'll be a base hit for Doyle. So his first with his new team.
Monasterio does a nice job getting to this ball and had a shot, but just trying to get up. You can see that back foot couldn't really play off of it. Kind of just gives way right there. It's sliding in that grass. Really not much on it. Contreras does a nice job with that man on third just to make sure he comes and gets it.
Well, now Braden Montgomery, former Red Sox farmhand, 0 for 1 tonight. He was a first-round pick. In fact, number 12 overall in 2024 from Texas A&M. Two on and 2 out. 4 hits now for Chicago. And Sandoval with a 1-0 pitch. That misses. 2-0.
Pitched out of that last jam. A couple guys on with very dangerous. Murakami and Vargas punched them both out. It's a big moment. Even though you're up 6-0, it's just a pitch away from making it a ball game. But he executed. Got rid of the power. 2 outs, looking to do the same here.
The Red Sox have won all of his 4 starts coming into play today since he was activated, although he has yet to go beyond 5 innings. And the crowd urging him on here with a 2-0 pitch. And left that one high for ball 3. One more miss and they're going to be all loaded up. Next pitch will be his 64th. And he does walk him. So that's going to load him up. Double a base hit and ball 4, and that'll bring Bailey out. And Acuna, the number 9 hitter, will be next.
That's one thing Patrick has dealt with, base runners throughout his whole career. He even had some really good years in Anaheim, but that whip, walks and hits per inning pitched was always in that 1.4, 1.5 range. Runner and a half on per inning. Pitching out of traffic, pitching out of jams. Finds himself in another one here in the 4th.
Luis Angel Acuna, the shortstop, will dig in with a man at every base. Adley Rutschman making it to the ballpark and chatting up Peyton Tolley.
I always find it interesting when a hitter, especially a catcher, comes to a new team. Because of the hitting side of it, they scout Peyton Tolley. They scout Sonny Gray, Ranger Suarez, how they're going to get you out, what their stuff looks like.
2 down, they're loaded. And he misfires again, ball 1.
And also if you got anything on him, right? He likes to do this tendency, or whether it's a tip or whatever it may be. When you join a new club, we talked to Bregman a lot about that coming over.
Grounded foul. Yeah, some secrets can be shared.
Well, think about it with Bregman. And some guys don't want to share them. Bregman was here for a year. Now he faces them and they're like, hey, thanks a lot. You got rid of that tip. And he's like, dang.
Right.
So I would have had you when we played you guys. So I'm telling you, pitch tipping is the most awkward conversation you'll ever have with baseball players. Nobody wants to talk about it. Nobody wants to bring it up. Nobody wants it to be even whispered.
Even when it's very evident it's happening.
They don't. Nobody. It just doesn't. But you got a new hitter, and you're like, yeah, when I faced you.
Sandoval with a 1-1. And one strike away from getting out of this jam. Red Sox up 6-0.
This kid Acuña's been swinging it. I mean, 35 games ago, he's hitting 165. Now you look up there, it's 246 because he's around 370 during that stretch.
One-two pitch. And did he offer? He did not. He checked on a slider. He is the brother of the 5-time All-Star Ronald Acuña Jr. '23 MVP. His brothers had a lot of injury trouble, but when healthy, one of the greatest players in the game. And then a lefty with a 2-2 and missed in. Sandoval was hopeful, but now it's 3-2. Well, it's been a long inning for him.
21 pitches.
Meidroth on deck. Grichuk, Doyle, Montgomery loading them up.
Go to your money here. Change up. It's a good job by Acuña fighting that thing off. You know, 3-2, toughest jam. What's he going to throw? What's his best pitch? Well, it's a changeup. See if he doubles up on it. That one was a little bit left up. Yeah, not getting many first pitch strikes either. Only 6 of the 17 batters he'd faced.
3-2. Runners will take off here with 2 down. And a little ground ball, chopper towards second. The lob over by Sogard in time to get him. Sandoval right on the edge there, but he holds. Sox program bringing together American and Dominican teens through baseball and community service. This summer, participants build homes for 2 families in need and complete it together on the field as well, culminating in a championship win. On to the last half of inning number 4. And the Red Sox with a 6-0 lead, and Andres Monasterio will lead things off, then Wong, and then Sogard. So it's 8-9-1 against Davis Martin. Red Sox battered him in the first inning with all 6 runs, including back-to-back homers by Durbin and Duran. Monasterio contributing with an infield hit.
He's been absolutely outstanding. Now a 16-game on-base streak. That's the longest of his career. A little 6-game hitting streak to go with that. Every time you look up, it's an extra base.
Yeah, every time.
I mean, coming into tonight, 7 doubles. That's tied for first since the All-Star break.
That's how he started the rally, the game-winning rally against Yamamoto in LA the other night with a double leading off the inning. Red Sox would win that 3-2. Sox have won 5 straight, so they are streaking again. 23-3 in the last 26 games. And a bounding ball to Acuña. And 1 man out.
Win big with the Red Sox Foundation 50-50 raffle. It's presented by Whoop. You can buy tickets at redsox.com/5050 through the 8th inning of tonight's game for the chance to win half of the jackpot. See official rules for full details.
Connor 0 for 1 with a double play ball in that first inning that finally retired the side. 9 men came up to hit for the Sox against the right-hander. They'll fly that one down the left field line, hitting for the seats. Strike 1.
It's pretty wild, like you said, 5-game winning streak, tied now with the Braves. Right, Atlanta's got a 5-game winning streak for the longest streak in the game. I mean, this is a team that felt like just won 15 straight a week ago. You know, it just I mean, it's 23-3.
Yeah. It defies so much. Especially from the starting point. Well, in front of that, the Red Sox have gone 31-8 in the last 39 games. It's going back to the 19th of June.
Look at this. You know, it's funny because you come here and you're like, okay, what streak are we going to talk about? Well, we just threw up that graphic. Are we going to do 31-8? Are we going to do 23-3? You know, which one should we focus on?
Got a lot of choices.
You know, the one I like too is this ballpark. You know, 13-4. Your last 17. Started winning in this park. That was huge. It started with the Yankees.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that 4-game sweep with Schlittler on the mound in the first game, and a very weary Red Sox team. And then just off to the races. That's on the infield. Little one hopper. Lydroth up and over. 2 gone. Red Sox have had an amazing capacity to shake off that weariness. They've been forced to do it several times. And as we said, show and go. And win. Up here 6-0 in the 4th. Top of the order, Sogard. Nice night brewing already for Nick. A double and a single. Started the game with a 2-base hit. He was the first man to score in the opening frame. And another one. The Red Sox have won each of their last 14 games against teams who entered the day with a winning record. (14-0). And Martin with a 1-1. That'll be popped up. Shortstop moving over. Acuna will make the play, and the Red Sox go 1-2-3 in the 4th.
Inning 5 powered by Salem 5 Bank. Red Sox up 6-0, and the Sox swept the White Sox in their earlier meeting on the south side. Patrick Sandoval, he left that contest happy the team won in his debut, but dissatisfied with the 65 pitches across 4 1/3 innings that he worked. Last time out, similar outcome, guys, versus the Athletics, where he went 5 innings, 92 pitches. Seeing a growing trend here with Sandoval, who is a pitching perfectionist. The reins are off on his pitch count, but he wants to go even longer in games, he says. He told us that he's not the best at giving himself grace with his performances following his surgically repaired elbow. Said it's kind of tough to see the small victories in his buildup because he wants to be a big-time contributor. One thing, though, he is feeling good about, he says the command and control are a little better than they were pre-injury, but it'll be interesting to hear his comments about how that top of the 4th inning went against the White Sox.
Well, came back from Tommy John. Missed a big chunk of 24 all of last year. And the start of this campaign recovering from that surgery. And a long road back. Signed by the Red Sox to a 2-year contract through the end of this year.
Well, he's throwing the ball well. I mean, he's been through a lot, right? So he, like I said, hasn't gone past 5. But they're 4-0 when he pitches, which is the end game, isn't it? For him to be able to get back and throw and be competitive, give you a chance to win.
He's touched 97 tonight.
Yeah, but it's allowed you. Now I know that Curtis Mead didn't work out, but it allowed you, Patrick Sandoval, to trade early to get Curtis Mead to 17 home runs to add to this lineup.
3-2 and a line drive base hit into left center. Duran over to cut it. Well, he escaped a bases loaded situation last inning, getting a ground ball by Acuna. Lydroth with a leadoff hit here in the 5th. No activity yet in the bullpen. That'll send up Murakami, who has whiffed each time. He struck out in the 1st and again in the 3rd.
Third time through is when it gets a little dangerous here for Sandoval so far this season.
Another base hit into right center field. Cedon will chase it down. Meidroth rounds, he's into third, and here come the White Sox again.
As I mentioned, first time through 233. Second time through, we saw a little 306. Third time through, it's 462. They're now, that was going in. They're now what, 8 for 15 against him. Third time through the order, and this is a dangerous part of it.
Dangerous hitter here in Miguel Vargas. 24 homers, 66 runs batted in. The all-star third baseman. Runners at first and third, nobody out. Late cut for strike one.
You pitch to the scoreboard here, right? Take the sac fly, ground ball, double play, whatever it is. Got a 6-run cushion here in the 5th. Get ahead and execute.
And the 0-1 to Vargas. High drive into left. Duran backing up to the wall and has just enough room to make the catch, tagging up Meidroth, and he is in to score. Vargas gets underneath one, picks up an RBI. It is 6-1.
Like I said, you'll take it all day. Now 1 out, man on first. No big deal. Now you just go at it. Vargas, big strong man. That slider just got in enough. Get to the point where Durant can get to it.
And Greg Weisert's going to start to warm. 80 pitches now for Sandoval. And here's Grichuk, who has fly to center, ripped a double.
Seven of those 9 homers against lefties. Slugs .578. Always been a good left. Getting left-handed pitching.
Last time out against the Athletics, Sandoval threw 92 pitches. Start before that 84. 76 the one before that. So he's been building up. Now, how deep can he go here tonight? Ground ball rattled to Monasterio. He can start one into second. That's one. On to first, to double play. So he gets out of any damage after that first run with the double play ball. It is 6-1.
You don't want to miss the condensed game 2-hour version of this Red Sox game at midnight on Sox in 2. Only on NESN, streaming on NESN 360. It's presented by Bigelow Tea.
Well, halfway home, Red Sox head 6-1. As Cedon will lead things off. He was hit by a pitch in that first inning and scored a run. Just won his first American League Player of the Week. He will crack that one down the line, but foul.
Pretty good week. 419, 13 for 31, 5 home runs. I mean, it was, look at those numbers, off the charts. People in LA are still talking about him.
The definition of gaudy. They'll pop that one up to right, shallow. Montgomery plenty of time to get there for the first out in the Red Sox 5th. It's one of those series you're going to look back, I think, and remember what he did there in Los Angeles. Seemed to take him just to another level, and we've been watching it all season long. But will you do that in that ballpark against that team?
Against Yamamoto.
Willier has flied out. He's also taking a walk tonight.
Well, he said he's kind of really building that resume, right? Clutch, guy you want up, big stage. Saw it this past weekend.
He loves it. There's a high, deep drive. That's way back, and that's gone. Willier Abreu at number 18. The Red Sox take a 7-1 lead. 3 home runs tonight for the Red Sox.
Here comes the power. They had 4 home runs on Sunday night. It's not just the small ball. They're doing that too, but now they're launching. And Abreu's a guy, we've said it many, many times, boy. Get this guy going. He can carry you for a while. You're getting it from everybody. He's creeping up there now. That's number 18 on the year.
He sure is. Foul ball here by Contreras. Back to that beautiful swing.
Oh, the breaking ball, a little curve ball. Timed it up beautifully, knew it right away. Strong kid. Ball went a long way. 430 for Wilyer Abreu.
Oof. Red Sox with 2 home runs in the first inning by Durbin and Duran, and now Wilyer joins him.
Yeah, that got him, but he swung. Check swing. Brock Ballou down at first base, and once he where that got him, it looked like it was on that hand or that wrist. You don't need any more hands and wrists.
He does not need any more visits from the trainer.
He tries to hold up, but he definitely went. See where right off the hand. That right hand knuckle. See him moving it right away.
Wilson has hit 23 home runs. And we'll file that one away. He's driven in 68, an RBI in the first inning with a base hit. Wilyer maybe getting back into one of those zones again. Bad news for the American League. Hit the solo home run in the 3rd inning Sunday at Dodger Stadium, and another one here tonight.
Well, a little rut he's been in since the second half of this All-Star break. 182 for Wilyer. But that was his 7th homer. So I mean, we saw in back-to-back games, the 2 homers against Tampa.
Oh, 2 to Wilson. Red Sox have out-hit him 9-6. It's really been the White Sox game this year, hitting the long ball. Tonight, Red Sox are battering them, and that's going to be in there for strike 3.
Oh,
he wants to challenge them.
The pitch was called the strike, and the batter is challenging.
Wilson will challenge. ABS powered by T-Mobile.
That's a good strike.
That call is confirmed. It is a strike. Boston has 1 challenge remaining.
And 2 down.
And when he gets beat in like that, because he does fall over the plate, he doesn't really see the inner half. And that was a good changeup there by Martin.
Very unhappy with his at-bat there. Brings up Masataka Yoshida. Base hit and a pop-up. 1 for 2 for Masa tonight.
So C.J. Abrams currently, second half, leads all of baseball with 8 home runs. You got Abreu and Cedon with 7 since the break. Bad for a team that doesn't hit many.
They are changing that narrative. Kind of hitting them in bunches too. The Red Sox have homered in 8 straight games, at least 1 home run, and often multi-home runs. 4 on Sunday, as you mentioned, and 3 more tonight.
14 home runs in 6 games.
And 2 for a strike on Yoshida. An electrifying first inning for the Red Sox. A grand slam by Durbin, followed immediately by a long solo drive by Duran. Sharply hit. Murakami with the stab, and that will retire the side. But the Red Sox on the board again. Wilyer gets another one.
Pitching Arsenal presented by New England Area Audi dealers of Patrick Sandoval here through 5 innings, leading with that best pitch he's got. Getting some swing and misses on. You see 5 out of 10 swings, getting a whiff 5 times. 4-seam, there's the slider. That's a good swing and miss pitch for him. And really 4-pitch mix tonight from Patrick. There's been some traffic, but he's pitched out of it.
Now Weissert still warming in the bullpen as we go to the 6th inning. And if Sandoval gets one out, that'll be a season high in innings pitched. He gets 5, 6, and 7 here for Chicago. Bailey on the horn to see if Weissert's ready. That's going to be in tight. Montgomery with a base hit and a fly to center field. He's followed by Bart and then Doyle. So back-to-back new White Sox right after him. As they got after it, Chicago did at the trade deadline too. One and two.
There's been plenty of traffic, but White Sox 1 for 6 scoring position, and that single actually didn't score a run. So he's been able to pitch out of it. They stranded 6.
Well, looking for a punch out here on Montgomery. He's hit 25 home runs. White Sox are 3rd in the American League in homers hit. And the count moves to 3 and 2. 88 pitches for the lefty. Catcher Bart on deck. And the 3-2 from the left-hander. And he's going to walk him. So Montgomery is on, and here comes the manager. Weissert is all warm and ready to go.
Yeah, string of righties coming up to Montgomery, the switch. Sure, Sandoval not happy with himself with that leadoff walk. Head ahead 2-1 and 2. Just couldn't execute from there.
Greg Weissert will make an appearance here. Plenty of run support tonight, though. 7-1. Red Sox have. Red Sox baseball on NESN brought to you by Nissan. Visit nissanusa.com or your local dealer. The Paints Patio Warehouse Sale, August 5 through the 9th on Shore Road, Monument Beach. And by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Beautiful shot of downtown. Nightfall here in Boston. 7-1 Red Sox with a nice lead. Weissert will take over for Sandoval, inheriting a runner at first. This will be Joey Bart, their new catcher. He's been doubled up and struck out tonight. Just acquired from the Atlanta Braves.
47 appearances.
Yeah, #1 on the staff.
Already down at 3.92. He's been better here recently. Coming in, that arm angle. Still tough on righties.
Retired the only man he faced in the 8th inning on Sunday at Dodger Stadium. Stranded a runner at 3rd. And a 1-1. Red Sox have turned 2 double plays already tonight. Sandoval leaving a man behind. He did walk 4 tonight.
Yeah, 7-3 ball counts.
And a count 3-1 on Bart. Middle game of the series tomorrow night, 7:10. Sonny Gray goes in 13-2 with a 2.93 ERA. And Sean Burke, who's 7-5, 3.04. And fouled off 3-2.
Sonny coming off that last outing. He went 7 innings. He gave up 4, right? Gave up 3 in the first 4 innings, and he just, things weren't really clicking. But then he went to that sweeper boy, and he just shut him down the rest of the way, and giving him 7, which is really important. This bullpen has been used a ton in the month of July. There's been many games here where Chad Tracy is Chapman down, Whitlock down, Slayton down. Guerrero down, and they've still found their way.
3-2, and that's ball 4.
The pitch was called a ball. Catches challenging.
Challenged by Connor Wong.
Not going to work. They're going to be out too.
That call is confirmed. It is a ball. Boston has no challenges remaining for the rest of the game.
Well, Brendan Miller, it's your show now. Neither team has any challenges.
Sam Antonacci will be the batter. He's going to pinch hit for Doyle. With runners on at first and second. They've had a lot of base runners tonight. And Eric Miller, just acquired from the Giants, and ready to go in the pen, about to start warming up. Craft your perfect day at Fenway Park, presented by Plymouth Rock. You can enter today at PlymouthRock.com/Nesson. No purchase necessary.
This is one thing the Red Sox, we saw us last time too, with all the lefties they have out there. We didn't see Benintendi unless there was a couple pinch hit opportunities.
Right.
The All-Star Peters wasn't in there every day. He's not tonight. Antonacci, the same thing. So you've taken, by having a lefty on the mound, you've taken 3 pretty good left-handed hitters out of this lineup. But now they're introducing them here.
Well, 2-1 and nobody out. Antonacci at 274 with 8 home runs. And a strike.
So this is old school now. Both teams have to wear it. Neither team has a challenge left. What Brendan Miller says sticks.
You're at the mercy of the home plate umpire. 0-1. And a pop up down the left field line that's going to twist on into the crowd, out of play. It means we may actually see a serious argument over balls and strikes again.
Bring it back. Do you kind of just miss seeing people nose to nose yelling at each other?
I really do.
Me too.
Big time. Grew up on that coming to the ballpark. 0-2. Ground ball to first. Contreras. That's an out. Back to first, and safe there off the bag. Red Sox get 1 out of that. They do get the man in the middle. And there'll be no challenge on the play at first.
See why they're getting older. They called it off the bag. I think he might have. I think he was on the bag. I think he just might have beat it anyway. Boy, when Contreras gets the ball at first, he absolutely unloads to second base. He's got a cannon.
Uses it. Here's Montgomery. He's grounded out. He's also taking ball 4. Lefty hitter here with runners at first and third, 1 down. And ball 1. The White Sox are getting their opportunities. Started this inning with back-to-back walks. Started last inning with back-to-back singles.
Bases loaded the inning before that. A couple runners on in the third. I mean, it's been the last 4 innings. It's been White Sox on the bases all day.
And time will be granted by Brendan Miller to home plate ump. Montgomery acquired from the Red Sox as part of the Garrett Crochet deal in December of 24. Part of that big package. Here comes the 1-1. Down, and 2 balls and 1 strike.
Well, much like the last situation, right? You'll take that sac fly. You match their run last inning. Trying to stay away from big innings. Think about Garrett Crochet throwing a baseball again. It was exciting to hear.
It is 2-2.
Because it was, you know, plyo ball strengthening. He hasn't thrown a baseball yet. It's 50-60 feet. He's the beginning process of it, but first time we had heard that. Also, Roman Anthony actually taking batting practice off a pitcher. The coach, you know, overhand batting practice, not just flips or tee work.
2-2. Ground ball softly hit. Sogard will go to first to get the out there as a run scores. That'll make it 7-2. And Montgomery will pick up the RBI on the ground out.
Those guys, I don't know how close they are, but of course, you know, the progression has started. Now you hope for no setbacks, right? Garrett throwing a baseball, hopefully in 2 or 3 weeks when he starts really throwing long toss and intensifying some things. It isn't an issue. Same thing with Roman. Eventually be off live BP or coach's BP, then pitching machine, trajects, some live at bats, and you hope it just keep moving forward.
Some progress there. And so Miller's about to make his Red Sox debut, and Peters will be the hitter. So both managers going to work. Here comes the new guy. 7-2 Boston. Time now for the Ford first in quality call to the bullpen. This is Eric Miller, big left-hander just acquired from the San Francisco Giants, about to throw his first Red Sox pitch. Lou, what's the report on
another big boy? 6'5", 270. Good extension, but he's a swing and miss. I mean, 97th percentile in whiff, 95th in K. A lot of ground balls. You're going to see 97, 98. Sinker with a really good wipeout slider.
First one in for a strike. That's 97. Against Tristan Peters.
Because all these numbers are fantastic. First percentile in walk rate. So the control has been an issue for him. But he's a tough one to hit.
And a foul ball right into the mitt. Quickly ahead 0-2. Just coming right at him in 97. Last year with the Giants, he went 4-1 with a 1.50 ERA. And the 0-2.
Yeah, there's that slider of his. It's kind of giving both sides a serious problem. 54% whiff rate. 56% K rate. I mean, it's just not been touched.
He's a Stanford guy. And he'll drop it in there for strike 3. Back with that slider. Nice start to his Red Sox career to strike out Peters here in the 6th. Bottom of 6th inning. Red Sox head 7-2 here in game number 1 with the White Sox. Dave, Lou, and Jemai with you. Caleb Durbin with a grand slam in the 1st inning, a single in the 3rd inning. And in for a strike. Martin, the starter, still out there.
Pretty good performance there by Miller out of the gate, huh? 97 with sink, and that slider we're talking about just freezing Peters.
Impressive. He's nasty.
He is. And again, you've done a nice job. You know, Chapman came over here, right? Tyron Guerrero, another guy that kind of struggled throwing some strikes. If you can reel that guy in the zone, that's a real weapon.
Defensively here for Chicago, some changes. Peters taking over in center. Antonacci at second. Mydroth moving from second over to short. And Durbin will look at a strike. Just talking about a bullpen already with Garrett Whitlock and Aroldis Chapman, Guerrero, and the way Slayton has been pitching with such high confidence. And now you add, along with Bayo, you add this lefty in Miller. You have shortened the game.
Yeah, and you see Bayo up, 7-2 ball game. You're thinking, 3 innings save. Go get him, keep it right where it is. And now, no Chapman, no Guerrero, no Whitlock, no Slayton. And it's very important to protect these guys the last couple of months. Your goal is playing in October. You want everybody fresh.
3-2 to Durbin. He'll crack that one foul. going back to that strikeout. This is a really fine way to introduce yourself.
Yeah, a little slider, it'll freeze you. I mean, it's a good one. Guys just haven't been touching it this year. The league is hitting 125 off it.
High velocity lefty. That's high and tight to spin him around. Caleb gets free of it on ball 4. Contreras the other day plunked on the helmet already. Had to go through concussion protocol to get back to work.
Yeah, you know, Rafaela got hit earlier. It was a curveball, right? That's not intentional. Nothing is intentional here with Davis Martin. But I'll say this, it does get to the point where a team sometimes in a week starts getting drilled, and it doesn't really matter. Just not a good feeling.
Jarren Duran, a home run, an absolute bomb in the first inning. Eric Fetty getting going in their bullpen.
They moved him out to the pen, acquired Castillo.
Will pitch on Thursday. His first start since being acquired from Seattle.
Average up to 201. 15 homers. Got a few guys in that range that could approach 20. Rafaela, Abreu, Duran. Of course, Wilson already there with 23.
Home runs are coming for the Sox, as mentioned. As Duran foul tips that one into the mid. Red Sox have hit 29 home runs since the All-Star break. It's the most in the American League. Tigers are a distant second with 23. Runner on at first, nobody out. Red Sox head 7-2. We're talking about the Red Sox right now, 5.5 behind Tampa Bay, a couple behind the Yankees. The Red Sox only have one more series left with Tampa Bay. That's in September 17th, that the Trop runner goes and it's fouled away. And one with the Yankees as well.
Yeah, I kind of like what both teams did, especially the Rays. You had Peralta to that rotation. Now he hasn't thrown the ball well. We'll see. Liam Hicks, you add another bat. We talk about this lineup all the time. They got 3 guys with, in that lineup, and everybody else has a role. Well, Hicks can swing it. And then Wells out in that bullpen. They've added another piece there. So they've done a nice job. Like the Yankees, what they did with Luis Garcia. You don't have to wait around for Stanton now. Not that important to get him back. They got a DH lefty that can pull the ball.
Yeah, they both got better.
Yeah, and Elliot Ramos, Belly gets back. And now Grisham, Ramos, maybe they can platoon. And everybody in New York's going crazy that they didn't get a catcher. Well, it's one of the reasons why probably the ask for Rutschman was so high, because the Yankees were in on it.
They were in.
But I can guarantee you one thing. If the New York Yankees don't win a World Series, it won't be because of your number 9 hitter. I don't know why everyone's going crazy over it. They work that staff. That's really good. That's part of catching. That rotation. They're up in arms over not getting a catcher. It's not going to be the reason. But maybe that explains the price on Adley. They're in on him.
Nobody out and a 1-2. And off the plate. Let's be honest, the fact that the Red Sox got him bothers a great many Yankee fans.
Not a bad thing.
Not at all.
Still comes down to Judge, doesn't it?
Yes.
For them.
They can pitch. They get him back. It should be a lot of fun these last 50. A lot of fun.
Thank God. That's all we wanted. That's all we want was fun.
Amen.
First 2-3 months, that wasn't that fun. This is fun. I like this. It's like better than losing.
This is an incredible level of fun, isn't it? I mean, runner goes. Here's the throw down, and not going to get him. Caleb Durbin with the theft gets himself into scoring position. More fun tonight. That first inning, Red Sox hung up 6.
Yeah, that's a nice jump. He did a little hop and then got back, but had time to hop again with momentum. Bart wasn't going to throw him out. Nice jump, number 12 in the year, 13 in the year for Durbin.
Good at bat here for Jarren Duran. Nobody out, a 3-2. It's going to be the 8th pitch. And a line drive, base hit, left center field. Durbin hitting third, and he'll stop there as the throw comes in. First and third, nobody out. The second knock tonight for Jarren.
Yeah, more good signs from Jarren Duran. You know, you start looking at this roster and everybody's kind of getting hot. And Duran had that month of May where he hit 8 home runs. These last few games just sort of makes you wonder, boy, this guy can get hot. He can really change games.
Out of that 7 spot. So that'll knock out the starter finally. Fedde coming on. Red Sox threatening again. First and third when we return. StatCast 3D is powered by Google Cloud.
Well, that's how we get there in the first inning. Bases loaded, 1 out. Caleb Durbin with the grand slam that traveled 401. And then the very next hitter, Jarren Duran, went 4-14 back to back. That gave the Sox an early 6-0 lead. As we sit here 7-2, the Sox threatening again.
And already ball 1 on a violation of the timer by Fedde, who enters with runners on at first and third, the infield in. Monasterio with an infield hit in the first. Red Sox with a 5-run lead, trying to cash in again. Duran taking off, and it's in there for a strike, and he'll dive into second base untested.
I was thinking Duran, you know, 2 hits here today, stolen base. Interesting article Alex Spear just put up in the Globe, talked to him, said he thought he was going to get released.
At the deadline.
By the way he was playing. He said, thought I wasn't going to be here, which is understandable the way I've been playing. I'm just thankful to have an opportunity to continue with this run. And sometimes guys that could be traded don't. And that's sort of like a weight off their shoulders past the deadline.
I've seen that. Sure.
I'm here. Okay, let's get it right. Let's help this team win. And he's had a nice night here tonight.
Well, you know the skill set's there. When he's good, he can be spectacular. Now 2 men in scoring position thanks to the stolen base. And a 3-1 to Monasterio. He'll ground that one up the middle past the bag. That's going to bring in 2 more. Durbin scores. Duran is in. And the Sox are running away here 9-2. Monasterio is hot, hot, hot. What a bat he's swinging.
Well, he's determined to let you know that you don't need a shortstop. You already got one. I mean, the way he's been swinging the bat. It's some really nice plays last night, Sunday night as well. But he has been fantastic ever since he's taken over this job. What he's done offensively, the bottom third of this order.
Tied for the Major League lead with 7 doubles since the All-Star game. Been on base in 16 straight games. Here come the Red Sox once again. 9-2 and nobody out. Connor Wong is hit into a double play and grounded out tonight. Red Sox are just playing at such an elite level in all phases of the game. Going to be popped up down the right field line. Montgomery will cruise on over and make the play. That's the first out in the inning. And again, this is against a first place team. It's so telling. Red Sox have won each of their last 14 against teams who entered the day with a winning record, let alone first place teams. Top of the order, Sogard. He has a double and a single in this one. And we'll look at ball 1.
We mentioned those first place teams. Include the Yankees back then, 14-0. Another one here. They're in that stretch. Close games decided by 1 or 2 runs. They're 12-1.
Win tonight. This winning streak The latest one goes to 6 in a row.
So I mean, there's been some of these games, 6-1, 8-1 wins. But you're also 12-1 in close games, finding ways to win.
One on, one out, and rolled foul. Cedon on deck. Red Sox rolling here again tonight. You've got Sonny Gray going at 13-2 tomorrow, and Suarez on Thursday. Bayo ready in the pen. And after the White Sox leave town, the A's come in. Red Sox just took 3 out of 4 from them in Sacramento, and will not have to deal with that troublesome batter's eye.
Yeah, I don't know what that rotation is going to be like, but I'd like to see those 3 pitchers again. The starters in particular. I thought they all had good stuff, but that batter's eye is smaller than most, and it was just bright. Guys were having trouble the first 5 innings. To see what they look like here.
Well, people say, well, the A's have to deal with it too. The A's are 21-36 at home.
Well, after a while, you adjust.
Or maybe you don't. Swinging a high pop, fouling out of play. But as you said, it was the first part of the game, and then when the sun goes down, it's a different story.
4 games in a row, they were up 1-0 after 5, and their starters look like the best rotation in baseball. So it's not just one game; it was the entire series. And the shadow came over that batter's eye, and Sox started scoring. Better at bats, harder contact.
And downstairs for ball 4. Some might say, well, it's the A's, but it shows you again the gritty personality of this team to win 3 out of 4 there, despite not playing their best necessarily.
All right, join the Red Sox for Out of the Park on the Plaza at MGM Springfield Sunday, August 16th. You can catch the game on the big screen, enjoy free family fun, giveaways, and much more. For more info, visit redsox.com/Springfield.
And here's Cedon, hit by a pitch in the first. He would score. Red Sox pouncing for 6 in the opening inning. Looking for more. Already 2 in this inning have scored.
Sort of the way the year's gone, right? You see Nick Sogard now again on base 3 times. Couple of hits in this game. Whether it's Mickey Gasper for a period of time or Anthony Siegler for a period of time. Now Nick Sogard, like Monasterio now for 5 weeks. Role players just stepping up, getting hot. Sogard's the latest. Playing well defensively as well.
Well, a lot of guys on this team have had great days in the sun. Liner, and that's down the line. That's going to keep on rolling. Monasterio is in. Sogard rounding. He's going to score. Cedon with a 2-run double. And the Red Sox are turning this one into a laugher. 11-2.
Now a 9-game hitting streak for Cedon. He just sort of reaches out, stays through this breaking ball, and barrels it here down the line. See, look at him reach for this, but stay through it. See that follow through, one-handed, but still stays through it nicely, gets the job done. And this is kind of what you wanted, right? When it was 6-1, taking one swing of the bat, it can make it a ball game. Well, 11-2. Good night.
28 doubles. Early August, 28 doubles. That's a ton. Lear Brea with a bomb home run in the 5th inning. And a line drive that'll be caught on the leap by Meidroth. And 2 down. With Contreras about to step in, looking for his 2nd hit. Red Sox have 12 of them tonight. They've out-hit Chicago 12-6.
Did a lot of this in the last week without this man here.
True.
One of the few ruts he's had all year long. And so consistent.
And he'll smack that one. wickedly off the bottom of the fence. That'll drive in Cedon. A long RBI single. It gets away. Wilson's going to move up. He's safe into second. The fans love that, and so does Peyton. Red Sox putting up a dozen tonight so far.
That's a good sign here. Getting a fastball to hit, putting the swing on, putting it in play. He hit this ball so hard he wasn't thinking of two until this throw gets away. You like that, even on a 12-2 game, he's still following the baseball and taking that extra base.
This is the most runs the Red Sox have scored in a game at home this year. 12 runs on 13 hits. Masataka Yoshida with a fly ball into left center field, back toward the wall. He's got himself an extra base hit. Contreras will score. The hits just keep on coming. Masataka with his second hit tonight. 13-2.
It changed the vibe here at Fenway Park. I mean, hopefully about to go 14-4 in the last 18 here. Remember, they couldn't win. They couldn't score. They're putting up one run, getting shut out in this ballpark. And you're saying, guys, you got the green monster. Hit it off. Hit it over. And now you're starting to see it. I mean, now the bats, I know it's summertime. They're waking up. They're confident. Fans getting their money's worth here lately.
Are they ever? That's in for a strike on Caleb Durbin, who started this inning by taking ball 4, and he would score. He's had an outstanding night already. Batting for the second time in the 6th. This crowd's loving it. 13-2. Two down, and the 0-2. And a little roller softly. Right-hander will fire a strike to get him, and that will retire the side. But the Red Sox, they get 6 more. They lead at 13-2 here in game 1. Tomorrow, don't miss the women's celebration game broadcast that spotlights women shaping the game in front of and behind the camera. Tune in tomorrow at 6 only on NESN and streaming on NESN 360. Red Sox with a bunch of changes here. Bayo will take over on the mound with the Red Sox up 13-2. Eli White, brand new to the ball club, gets a chance to taste Fenway Park and get in some action too. Ziegler taking over at second, and Sogard moving over to first. Swinging a fly ball, and back to get that Durant onto the warning track. Meidroth retired, 1 man out in the 7th.
Oh, Bayo, I mean, at this point, you know how it goes here, right? 15 games. He's had 8 starts. He's come out of the bullpen where he has been fantastic. He's a .69 ERA coming out of the bullpen for the Boston Red Sox. Starter is over 10. Can't explain it. He's one of the best relievers in the game.
Murakami 1 for 3 tonight with a base hit. So ran his on base to 20 straight games.
But he pounds the zone. I mean, you look at it, the walks. Walks as a reliever, walks as a starter. Got 5 walks in 39 innings as a reliever, 21 walks in 35 innings as a starter. So he's getting ahead, throwing strikes. It's been fantastic for you in this role, and it's extremely valuable.
Well, it disappeared. That fine changeup, 1-2. So Wilson with the rest of the evening off. Good night for him. With a couple of hits, couple more RBIs. And a 1-2. Looked like he went, and he did. Third base umpire Tom Payne said that is strike 3. Third time tonight for Murakami. Let's toss it down to Jemai Webster.
I was talking with Andrew Bailey about Brian Bale's role, and he told me that we know when he comes into the game, he's going to need to take down multiple innings as our long man down there. Bailey says he's a high caliber starting pitcher who has had struggles at times, but the way he's responded emotionally, physically, being flexible to go down in the pen and give the team that reprieve when they need it has been awesome, he says. He said he's been a pro about it, and he said he knows that there are games down the stretch where they're going to need him, whether it's starting, taking down a bunch of innings, a multitude of roles is going to be a big part of what we're doing. But as you said, Lou, it's undeniable how good he's looked as a reliever.
Yeah. By no means is his career over as a starter. Like, it's not. This stuff is legit, and you see it when he's out of the bullpen. To be honest with you, I think the pitch mix is a little bit better. It's really more focus on the sinker, changeup, sweeper, right? Puts the cutter in his back pocket. Should have from jump. And he's just been very effective. And we know, come October, that bullpen, you're getting 5 innings a night sometimes from him. This could be a weapon.
I don't think I'm the only one who just got chills a little bit when you said come October. Man,
that's where I'm at.
We are there.
But
Red Sox with a win tonight go to 10 over 500. Resoundingly the way they played. And in there for strike 3 at 96 miles an hour. Middle of the 7th. Red Sox dominating 13-2. Fans have had their 7th inning stretch, and now we go to the bottom of the 7th. The Red Sox commanding 13-2 lead. Jarren Duran, big part of that with a home run, a base hit, stolen base. He scored a couple of times. Red Sox with a season high in runs scored.
I thought you had it.
Didn't get inside.
I was just ready for the ricochet. That's the one you got to worry about.
Right there.
Where it just sort of nips it and it gets you right in the face.
I don't want that to happen. That would not be nearly as much fun.
You don't usually see it from a lefty up here. Threw me for a loop.
I'm just hoping for another opportunity, but not into the choppers.
That was dangerous. Right off the edge.
He's in good fielding position too.
You were.
With my feet planted.
You were ready. I was impressed.
I mean, there's no way I'm catching that, but I was in the right position. Swing and a miss. And he'll be retired on strikes. One man out in the Red Sox 7th.
See, this is what I'm saying. It came right and just hit that little ledge right there. That's a little dangerous. It's right on you.
And I'm looking around like, I think I did have it maybe. Probably with a badly injured thumb.
I didn't move at all, did I?
You did not. I was waiting for you to jump in the way and make a sprawling catch. You've already caught one this year.
I just want, no, actually I missed one this year. Did I catch it this year or last year?
No, it was this year you caught one. It was last year. Okay.
I just wanted to watch you work.
It's never been said before. 1 ball and 1 strike on Monasterio.
But usually with the angle we're at, this is a righty thing. That's the first time I've seen a lefty that hit a ball up here.
Yeah. I agree. Monasterio, 2 singles tonight. Up to 265 with 6 home runs. Red Sox with 2 separate innings in which they have scored 6 runs tonight. First and again in the 6th. And across for a called strike with a sweeper. 13 runs, 14 hits for the Sox. 2 runs, 6 hits, an error for Chicago. 3-2. Connor Wong on deck. So a couple of the new Red Sox making their debuts tonight. White getting some time in center field. And Miller with a strikeout in a tight spot. Ground ball to third. Vargas will set him down. 2 gone. Arbella Insurance is the proud presenting sponsor of the WEEI Ness and Jimmy Fund Radio Telethon, dedicated to striking out cancer. For every strikeout by a Red Sox pitcher, the Arbella Insurance Foundation will donate $50 to the Jimmy Fund, up to $100,000. Connor trying to join the hit parade. So far 0 for 3 this evening. Tampa Bay has jumped out in front of Colorado in the 3rd inning, 5-1 in Denver. The Yankees have a 2-0 lead over St. Louis in the 9th in the Bronx. There's a swing and a high drive, but that's going to be down the line and foul. Right over the Coca-Cola sign.
You know, the deadline every year is fascinating, right? Because teams out there buying, some teams out there selling. And there's always a team in August that sold that starts playing really good baseball. Like every year. Well, they sold, they gave up this piece, that piece, but somehow they end up having a great month and being a problem for everybody else and even trying to get back in it.
Chopper to short. My drop there now. And that's all for the Sox here in the 7th. On top of the 8th inning, a big time Red Sox performance again, on top 13-2. And a wave and a miss by Grichuk to begin the inning. Red Sox having a fun time at Fenway with 14 hits. Went back to back, Durbin and Duran in the 1st inning. And Abreu hit an absolute bomb in the 5th. And the Red Sox have run away from the Chicago White Sox here in Game 1. Bayo gets a cut and a miss on a cutter. 1-2. Patrick Sandoval pitching into the 6th inning, wound up with 5 full on his resume, 6 hits and a run. And that'll miss. Both teams are out of challenges. And a 2-2. Bounding ball at short. Monasterio gets him. 1 down. CBS proud to be part of Red Sox Nation and all the communities we call home, delivering trusted care, everyday essentials, and support that goes beyond the prescription. You can learn more at CBS.com.
It's really big if Bayo, he just finished this type of game off, given a day off yesterday. Give that back end of this bullpen a day off here today. It's a problem when you win so many games. Good problem to have. But you think about, Chapman, Slayton, Whitlock, whatever it is, Guerrero, they go back to back. You can give them a day off. And they're available the next night. So you start looking and saying, we use them 3 out of 4, 4 out of 6. That's another 4 out of 6. I mean, Chapman, AL reliever of the month for good reason.
Line drive and Sogard will make the play. 2 down.
But he pitched in 12 games in a month. That's a lot. It was electric. 0.75 ERA, 12 innings, 17 strikeouts, only 1 earned run. Witt was up there too. I'll give him an extra day off. Beneficial.
Here's Joey Bart, who has gone 0 for 2 with a walk tonight. Back end of the bullpen has been nothing short of spectacular. But you got a lot of guys who are part of the success of this bullpen. And now you're adding Eric Miller.
Deep. Maybe once one piece they're missing. Maybe that wipeout lefty with swing and miss stuff, and they went out and got him.
1-0.
Was under control for 3 years. Kind of nice.
Sunny to go tomorrow in game 2.
So Adley talking with Tolley earlier. Now he's there with Sunny. Take advantage of this time off.
Gobbled up by Monasterio. In a fast inning. They go 1-2-3. Red Sox baseball on NESN, brought to you by Subaru of New England. Love, it's what makes Subaru Subaru. And by Plymouth Rock Auto and Home Insurance for Boston sports fans. We're having an absolute ball tonight.
Hey, when things are so good, that song hits. Right? You're up 13-2. Maybe not when you give up 6 in the top of the 8th, but when you're up 13-2.
First inning. Red Sox jumping out in front 6-0. First night back in town after a great road trip. Nick Sogard with a double to start the game for the Sox. He would score. He's scored 2 runs. Been doing that regularly. A couple of runs scored multiple times. Up to 264. And he'll take a strike. 1-2. Reaches out, a little two-hopper to first. Murakami will set him down. Mentioned that one of the new acquisitions is Eli White, just acquired from Atlanta yesterday. Talented outfielder, can play all 3 positions. He can play all 3 quite well.
Yeah, he can. 99th percentile in sprint speed. He can fly. He's a really good athlete, really good arm.
At short, Meidroth will fire on. Scooped up in time to get him. 2 down.
And what he allows you to do, just kind of give Rafael Abreu some days off here and still keep the defense in the outfield, where maybe Jahmai Jones and Yoshida weren't able to do that. You can use those guys platooning in DH, and any kind of rest down the stretch would help.
Brings up Wilyer Abreu, cracked a home run in the 5th inning. His 18th. Swinging a high drive, dead away center. Back he goes, and that one is gone. Wilyer with another multi-home run game. Blast off time for him, 19. Don't look now, but a lot of guys are starting to drive the ball on this team. Out of the yard.
419 feet. That's his 19th of the year. Getting close to that 20 mark. Hit another breaking ball up. Always good to get him going, too.
Boy, a lot of great signs here. Time now for our strong play to game, presented by your New England Chevy dealers. Together, let's drive.
Oh, why not? Let's show this one. A little spinner up in the zone. And Wilyer talking about how strong he is. Again, 419 to center. 105 off the bat. 1 away from 20.
14-2.
And off a righty. Couple of them. Well, you'd love to see that in the second half, right? Start damaging right-handed pitching where he's hit home runs against him, but the batting average just over 210.
So 4 more home runs tonight for the Red Sox. 4 on Sunday in Los Angeles. How long in the early part of the season we were talking about Red Sox got to hit home runs, got to start hitting home runs. It's exactly what they're doing. They've hit more home runs than any American League team since the All-Star break. 2 for Wilyer tonight. A little ground ball and a jam shot. Siegler will make it out, and that will retire the side. Red Sox have put up 14 here in Game 1 against the White Sox. By Sullivan Tire, official tire and auto service of the Red Sox. who have run away from the Chicago White Sox here in Game 1. An onslaught of 15 hits and 4 home runs. Durbin with a grand slam in the first inning to light this place on fire.
Sunday night, the Red Sox hit 4 home runs. That was a season high. Now they've done it in back-to-back games.
And that's against 2 first-place teams. So here we are in the 9th inning, 14-2. Tanachi is 0 for 1. Bottom third of the order here for Chicago. 37,669 the attendance, a sellout at Fenway. And the Red Sox 3 outs away from another winning streak of 6 in a row. Little topper at first. Sogard will feed Bayo, and he's there in time. 1 away. And Montgomery scheduled to hit next. And again, Sonny Gray against Sean Burke. Good pitchers duel tomorrow. Ranger Suarez going on Thursday against Luis Castillo. Tonight was no contest. What a night for the new guys to get a look at what Fenway is all about and what this team has turned into. Some like White to be a part of it. Adley Rutschman eventually will be. And now trying to heal up a wrist. That's going to be downstairs for a ball.
You knew Sonny was going to talk to Adley for about 4 minutes, right?
Right. I think Adley may have asked one question. And he is going to get a lot of knowledge there. Ziegler at second base. 2 fast outs in the Chicago 9th. A lot of smiles again here at Fenway Park. Red Sox continue to roll, and they have mauled the White Sox in Game 1. Going to bring up Peters. Red Sox trying to make him the final out. Red Sox swept these guys in Chicago. It was the early stage of the 15-game winning streak. A ground ball at first. Sogard will feed Bayo, and that does it. The Red Sox have an absolute blast here tonight. 4 more home runs. 2 games in a row in which they blast 4 home runs, and they rout Chicago 14-2.
You said they don't lose much. I mean, Sandoval battled, right? Left some guys on base. Again, the bullpen putting up zeros. Great effort from Bayo, but this was about the offense. This is about putting up 6 in the first, 6 more in the 6th. I mean, the offensive explosion. 4 home runs in back-to-back games. Right now, there's no question about it. It's the best team in baseball.
No doubt about that. The Red Sox, this victory presented by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm, as the Red Sox improved to 24-3 in their last 27 games. Stay tuned for WB Mason Extra Innings Live. TC, Will, and Jim, they're going to love talking about it. A big win plus Jemai. We'll chat with Caleb Durbin. That and more coming up after the break.